It's going to be an awesome night. Let's talk about some school rules for parents. Here we go. Let's turn our cell phones off. Raise your hand if you have a cell phone. Yeah, right. Let's turn them off or on silent, please. If you've got crying little ones and they start getting ornery, please step outside here so we don't disturb the performance. Bathrooms are through these double doors here. And then there's also additional bathrooms down each main hallway on your right and left. So that's where those are. We have quite a show for you tonight. A lot of preparation going into this. So I'm going to introduce Mrs. Brinlinger, one of our fabulous first grade teachers. Mrs. B.
Hi, welcome. Thank you all for being here tonight. This is a very exciting evening. We have been working on penguins for about a month and a half now. The kids have worked tirelessly learning about 6 different types of penguins. They have explored ocean temperatures, they have read books about penguins, and they have learned many facts, songs, and poems about these amazing birds. And I want to give you a big thank you for helping them memorize those poems and songs. How many of you heard them more than you wish to have heard them? Only a few hands, good. We will soon share a lot of this information with you via words, song, and artwork. But before we begin our program, I would like to ask you to help out our fantastic custodians, and at the end of the performance tonight, if we could just, the blue chairs, stack them 8 high so that they don't have to stack all of them when we're gone. It would be a huge help. And then there will be a downloadable video available probably in about a week. It will be on our website, on the teacher websites. We will send a letter home letting you know when that will be available. Last but most importantly, tonight, we dedicate our show, our performance, to our dear friend and teacher, Mrs. Applin, who started this program 15 years ago. So this tonight is dedicated to her. Thank you and enjoy the show.
What's a penguin's favorite relative?
Antarctica.
Penguins are able to tell one another apart by their own unique calls. Chicks find their parents in a crowd by listening for these special sounds and following their ears to the food supply.
Penguins like to eat burritos.
face a variety of predators in their world. There are killer whales and leopard seals in the water, both of which are able to kill an adult penguin.
On land, penguins are most vulnerable to attacks by the skua bird. During breeding season, when these large birds go after eggs in penguin ships.
What's black and white and yellow? A mighty swimmer, a restless rover. He looks like a fish from head to tail, but he isn't a fish, he's a clover.
The gray of the sea hides the gray of her fur, as she waits in the waves for her penguin to stir. But she isn't our friend, no, she's ready to steal one of us for her supper. She's a cruel, leopard seal.
He's a two-headed beast. He's been barking and rude, stealing eggs from our nests, chasing chicks, snatching food. But can you believe this? Though it does seem absurd, this creature's our cousin. He's a skulking skewer.
What's black and white and red all over?
Bear's penguin.
First peep by poking a small hole in the egg. They then chip at the shell until they can push off the top. Chicks may take up to 3 days to chip their way out. Even while a chick is breaking out of its shell, it is calling to its parents, so its parents will get to know its morals.
Where does a penguin keep its money? In the bank. A penguin's body is not built for speed on land, but they actually do an amazing job of walking across the icy land in which there are times, however, when they just fall onto their bellies and toboggan across the ice. It looks like lots of fun.
Our flag was set here 20 million years ago. They grew lumber for the cold, they grew feathers for the snow. They grew weary in the dark, winter nights that last all day. They decided you penguins have to take time to play. So when the valleys fly, soaring far too fast to stop. We shoot out the glaciers top. Driving through the empty drop. Landing with the red curve hot. Tumble out the wind again, shout. Let's do it all again.
Black and white, black and white, black and white, a penguin rolling down a hill.
Penguin parents feed on shrimp, krill, and small fish. They then regurgitate or spit up the partially digest food for their chicks.
They do this until the babies have grown their adult feathers and can then swim and catch their own food. The chicks can often be very demanding about being fed. feathers. These feathers do not provide any protection against the freezing ocean water, so it can be many months before a chick is able to go for a swim. However, once the sleek oil-covered adult feathers have replaced the fluff, these babies are ready to die. Eating for his lunch. Iceberger. During mating season, many types of penguins gather in a rookery to find mates, build nests, and lay eggs. The male penguins take the courtship of females very seriously. Many males will present a female with the gift of a stone in order to ask her to build a nest with him. Won't you please be my penguin?
Rise and advice and granite. Where winter days are dark to
It's the coldest place on earth.
apologize about that. If you have a child in Mrs. B's class, the kids will be waiting here on the stage. If you have a child in Mr. Black's class, I always do this, Mr. Brown's class, I believe they are going to be on that side. And Miss Black's class, I believe, are going to be on that side. I could have that wrong, and if I do, I really apologize. Oh, it's correct. Good. All right, we're going to open the curtains. We're going to take a bow. Let's give these kids a fantastic round of applause.